What is going on, SHIB Army? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with yet another video for you on. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about the entire cryptocurrency market, Shiba Inu and its ecosystem, as we prepare for Shibarium's launch this week. That is the anticipated time. We don't know the exact day, but we know we're expecting it sometime this week. In addition, towards the end of the video, we will talk about the FOMC meeting minutes that will be released tomorrow on Wednesday, February 22nd. Now, remember, as always, I like to preface by saying that I'm not a financial advisor, but just putting you guys on the plays that I'm in. And if you are new around here and you want to support the channel, smash the like button down below to get this video out to more people and consider subscribing to the channel. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first thing I want to talk about is what you see right behind me, and that is the article regarding Bone. Shibarium to roll out this week, and users will grab Bone to burn more SHIB, and that is Bone Shiba Swap token. The official Twitter handle of Bone, the meme token, has published a post to remind the community that the rollout of Shibarium beta was confirmed to happen sometime this week. And they now expect those who plan to begin using the Layer 2 protocol to start buying lots of Bone token. We do know that Bone, not only is it the governance token for the SHIB ecosystem, but in addition to that piece of information, Bone is also going to be used for gas fees. So like Ethereum is used for gas fees to buy and sell or swap tokens on the Ethereum blockchain, as a layer 2, you need Bone to swap different things that will be launched and traded on Shibarium. So the most important topics for everyone is it has been confirmed that Shibarium beta will be released this week. Over 1 million Shiba Inu holders will potentially be buying Bone for low fees and burn SHIB with every transaction. We're going to see a pretty significant shift, at least within our community, of people only swapping on Shibarium. And lastly, you will need Bone for everything in the SHIB ecosystem. So I think, again, the demand for Bone will go up as the supply is quite scarce relative to SHIB tokens. If you can see here, Bone is actually up 10.79% on the day. And I've been talking about loading up my personal position, and Bone is now currently ranked 99th by market cap in the global cryptocurrency market. Trade volume is up 363%, and that is the hot topic of interest. But the market is correcting right now. We're seeing Bitcoin approaching 24K, and we're hoping that it finds support at higher lows, and then it bounces off that support to hopefully go back to 25 and break that resistance mark. We've been stuck for BTC over the last few days, but I think it's in anticipation of what's happening when it comes to the macroeconomic environment. But SHIB is doing its thing and also following along the rest of the market. Trade volume about $344 million, nothing too significant, about where it's been for the last couple of days. But looking at the 3-month chart, SHIB is looking overall pretty dang good. So the other thing I wanted to discuss, as I mentioned, is Shibarium's release and launch. And I think, again, people are getting very, very, very excited for what's coming our way. And I'm hoping that the timing is perfect. The market rebounds, Bitcoin recovers as it continues to do so over the last, basically all of 2023, but especially over the last few days. And we need to find strong support so we can bounce off of the resistance and hopefully go through 26, 27, and maybe even a 28K Bitcoin. But lastly here, FOMC minutes. What to look for when details from the latest Fed meeting drop tomorrow on Wednesday. This was published from Benzinga, and details from the FOMC minutes could allow for new forecasts on the future direction of interest rate hikes. Interest rate sensitive stocks like banks and mortgage companies could be affected by the release. So if we scroll down just a little bit here, it does say minutes from the FOMC meeting will be released on Wednesday, opening a window into the conversation that led Fed officials to decide, instead of doing a full half basis point increase back on February 1st, to instead a quarter basis point increase hike on the federal funds rate earlier this month. The Fed interest rate paths, and they kind of go through and talk about the difference there. And in their last meeting, 12 FOMC members decided to dial down the rate hikes for the second time in a row at quarter basis point from the previous half, and preceded by 4 consecutive 0.75 basis point increases. So the whole idea here is we start increasing rates at a lower rate to the point where we start turning around as we see CPI or inflation start to curve down. And then we hopefully see the Fed go ahead and complete what we call a pivot, where instead of increasing rate hikes doing rate hikes by quarter basis point to half a basis point, now we see them decreasing the amount of money or the amount of percentage that they're increasing the inflation, or excuse me, their interest rates by. So that's the hope here, is that the Feds pivot, they shift what they've been doing, and now we start to bring down interest rates and bring demand back into the public equity markets, stocks, crypto, anything else, you name it. So that's the hope here. And tomorrow we will have some type of information regarding inflationary backdrops, as inflation has been curving down for the last year as interest rates are going up, which makes sense because inflation is basically a marker of supply and demand. When inflation is, what we've been seeing, very, very high, that means there's too much demand out there and not enough supply to meet that demand. So what happens in turn? Prices start to go up. So the hope here is inflation starts to go down and demand also cools off a little bit, as they've been increasing rates over the last year and a half almost. And then we start to see the markets start to normalize, and then a bull run begins taking up again. It could take a little longer than anticipated, but again, I'm hoping over the next few months we start to see a nice shift. So that's all I really had for you guys today. I do appreciate your love and support as always. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Hope things are sensible. Check out the links in the description below for Moomoo, where you can get 15 free stocks when you deposit money into your trading account. And in addition to that, also TQM, or the Quintessential Millennial channel, where I have information for you regarding side hustles and supplementing your income. Both of the links are in the description. And until next time, everybody, as always, keep investing. Peace.